Why do I think the Spirit is the strongest killer over killers like the Nurse and the Blight, who are generally considered S tier? The Spirit gets the best of both worlds. She gets incredible speed when she's phase walking, and she can go invisible and teleport. The main difference between the Spirit versus the Nurse and the Blight is that you don't have to master her for her to be a strong killer. The Nurse is an incredibly hard killer that requires players to be able to predict where survivors are going to be in order to use her blink ability effectively. The Blight takes a lot of mechanical skill for him to be considered an S tier killer. A bad Nurse or Blight player will never ever be strong, whereas a bad Spirit player can still be strong enough to win the game. The Spirit's main strengths are that she doesn't take a lot of mechanical skill, she's very beginner friendly, and you don't need to predict where survivors are going to be with your teleport. As long as you're paying even the slightest bit of attention when playing the Spirit, you will know where survivors are when you end your teleport. We're going to be running Turn Back the Clock. On Spirit, this is absolutely perfect for her playstyle, as you don't really want to be stopping and kicking gens and slowing her down. She's a very fast-paced killer. You want to be able to just walk up to a gen, maybe still being chased, just hit E on it, regress it and keep chasing. We're going to be running pain res because it's inevitable that we're going to be hooking survivors. We can't really do anything about that. So hooking a survivor is not going to affect the Spirit speed in any way because it has to happen. And we're going to get really good gen regress from that. The next perk is Forever Entwined. Whenever we damage a survivor, we can gain 1 token up to 8, and that basically just makes everything to do with hooking survivors faster for each token. And finally, Thanatophobia. For each injured, dying or hooked survivor, all survivors receive a penalty of 2% to repair, sabotage and token cleansing speeds. If everyone on the team's injured, there's a 12% penalty to repair, sabotage and token cleansing speeds. Pretty much the first 3 perks we're running are to increase our speed, and the last perk we are running is to reduce the survivor's speed. For add-ons, we're running the Rusty Flute so that we can phase quicker, as it recharges quicker, and the Muddy Sports Day Cap. It increases the movement speed while phasing by 10%. And we're running a Mori. Okay, we're on the Swamp. Now, with Spirit, another great thing is that with S tier considered killers like the Nurse, you have to be heavily reliant on their ability. The Nurse is so slow when you don't blink. You can't really just chase survivors normally. With Spirit, that's not the case. She's completely fine without her ability, so she's not too heavily reliant on it. We've got a Claudette here. As you can see, that's a hit. You don't need the ability. You can feel free to just use it to get around the map because it recharges so fast that it doesn't even matter. And it's got a long duration like that. If you play it right, you'll get a lot of downs and a lot of DCs. Entwine stacks already. Someone on that gen, it's a Michaela. See, we just use turn back the clock there. We do not have to sit and kick the gen too heavily. So that would make me very slow. This literally is the most perfect build for Spirit. It's just so fast, which is like a whole thing. I'm just going to go for this gen real quick. Just get her off that. We are going to give it a kick here, and hopefully maybe get pain res if we have a Scourge hooking here. Already a decent. Okay. Yeah, someone's going to pick the survivor up over here. Oh, there we go. Get the body block, nice. Thought we had it, but wasn't too sure. Nearly, Steve, nearly. Perfect Scourge hook here. This is, I'm not going to lie, this is a very sweaty, and the only real word I can think to describe it is a cancer build. So use it at your own risk. I can imagine being called a lot of bad words using this. But she's very strong. So it's completely fair. Steve. Another good thing is AI just doesn't know how to play against Spirit's ability, because it's just a completely random thing, really sporadic. You can't really predict it. She might think, no, she does not think I'm chasing the Steve, she knows I'm after her. Hello. Got all the entwined stacks. perfect. And what we're going to have thanatophobia if we can just get a hit here on the last survivor. Oh, we've got 2 DCs. I didn't realise. Scourge hook over here. They might not even get a gen done, which is quite common when I use this. Trust me, outside of this video, I'd feel too bad to be using this in normal games when I'm not streaming and stuff like that, so do not worry. I won't be using it too much. Probably be a good idea to just get rid of the bots while we can. I'd rather have actual chases. We're just so fast there, so fast. Spirit is really, really ridiculous, man, especially if you know how to play her, but not a necessity. She's good even for beginners. Probably the most beginner-friendly killer I could think of, where you need to use their ability. No one else really comes to mind. Same with like hillbilly and stuff. Hillbilly, Maya's is quite hard. Movement killers, at least, she's the easiest, for sure, and I think the strongest, maybe just because she's that easy. Get them healing there. Knew she was on this side because the scratch mark didn't go that far. That would have went a lot further. I should drop that on that side. Scourge hook, nice. They're definitely not getting any gens done. This is probably going to be the quickest game of DBD I've played. One of them at least. And nice. Survivors up here. We'll check this gen while we're here. That's the main priority. A lot of people just chase survivors. Chase one survivor the whole match, trying to kill them, even if they get them injured, and they don't. And that's why they lose the game. Killers lose the game because they're not prioritizing gens. If you just prioritize gens and make sure you're checking them even when you're in chase, just leave the chase, go check the gens. You'll become a lot stronger killer player. Okay. Hopefully no pallet save yet. Don't think there's anyone nearby, luckily. Use this hook over here. More gen regress. Love it. Her first hook has been a problem for me. Use turn back the clock on this one. No, didn't use it enough. Cool. It's even better for us, we might be able to get that other gen. We'll go check it if we get this down. Yep. Didn't need the ability there, we'll go check this gen. Maybe use turn back the clock on that one. Nope. Still no one on it, went for save. Hopefully no pallet save here. Oh wait, we've got the Mori. What the hell, I didn't even realise. I forgot I brought that. Okay. Get a Mori here, nice. Don't really think that's a popular Mori, but I quite like it. On this gen here. We're not going to get turned back the clock, we're going to have to stop and hit it. To be fair, hitting gens isn't really that bad, because you're so fast in your phase you can just catch up to people anyway. But I like to be able to not do it. It just makes it so much better when I don't have to do it and I can just chase after survivors with the... yeah, I'll go try this gen. Like I said, I've got 5, so I can play about with them a bit and just let them finish some gens, but I'd rather just finish it and not let them get any gens. For content as well. If the build I'm claiming is so good, it makes it so that they don't get a single gen done the whole game. Plot twist isn't great to run against Moris. Obviously she wouldn't have known that, but until the Claudette got killed anyways. No one on this gen. Nice on this gen. Have to kick it again. Mori might not have been that smart to run anyways, just because can't get turned back the clock all the time anymore. When people are on second hooks, I just kill them and it doesn't count. I feel like it definitely should though. It looks like they're not going to get a single gen done. Unless this guy is just solo gen rushing one of them. I don't think they're running that build. I think it's probably this gen again over here. No. Save them, maybe? We'll go check the gen near this hook. Or at least where I can get there quickly from. No one on that one, no one on that one, no one on that one, no one on that one. She's in a locker. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see her. Jump scare. She absolutely shit herself on the other side of the screen. I guarantee it. Alright, come here. Yeah, people, I said this at the start of the game, people are going to be angry, like, no matter what you do, especially with, I mean, at the end of the day though, with DBD, no matter what killer you play, people are going to find something to complain about. Like, oh, you're playing Skull Merchant, weakest killer in the game. I get you's a bit annoying, but every single killer in the game is annoying. Everyone's going to complain about every single killer. People expect you to just play like no perk trapper and just go around and M1 everyone. So I just want to take this last part of the video here to apologise to the people I was just playing against. I'm just putting it out there for people who want to use it. I'm not taking any responsibility here, okay? This is just the way this killer is and the build just works well on her. If your goal is to just go crazy, go win streak and rank up, perfect build. If you want to have fun with the game, it's probably not the best. As much as it is fun to win, eventually it's going to get boring. I personally like to run more fun builds, but I do run Spirit from time to time, even if it's with different builds. No matter what build you're on, Spirit, she is ridiculous. This is just the strongest in my opinion. That's it for this video. If you want to see more of me, I'm live on Twitch often, and there'll be some more uploads coming soon. Maybe some more build videos. Let me know in the comments if there's anything specifically you want to see. I could always do with some new ideas, and I'm always going to listen to the comments. So thank you all very much for watching. Subscribe, like, and a comment would be appreciated. Let me know what you thought of the video. And yeah, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.